Hello everybody, Little Link here. Today I'm going to be reviewing Speak Now, Taylor's version by the one and only major, huge pop star, Taylor Swift. Now, I don't think I need to explain who Taylor Swift is. I'm pretty sure everybody knows who she is. So, I'm going to be reviewing Taylor's version of Speak Now. This is a bunch of re-recordings of her old songs from the original Speak Now album released in 2010 in order for her to regain full control of her old songs, as well as a chance to release some of her old songs that were created around that time. She has already done a Taylor's version for Fearless, released in 2008, and Red, released in 2012. I messed up my script. I put 201 instead of 2012. Anyway, now I will admit I have yet to listen to her original Speak Now album from start to finish, but I have listened to a few songs, so there will be very little comparison, but there still will be some comparison. So, what are my thoughts on the album? Well, I'm very surprised by the fact that this is actually probably my favorite album that's been released this year so far, which is really saying a lot as I've listened to 34 albums, with this one being the 35th, which is already the most albums I've listened to in a single year. But yeah, there's a lot to love about this album. I think the production is really good and is definitely better than the original album. It's a lot more clean, and yeah, it just sounds better. I love the lyrics, and I'd personally say that they're the strongest part of this album. The lyrics sort of remind me of the problems that I have with her more modern tracks, particularly songs on her Midnights album. Not only that, but also the way some of the tracks sound. I can't really get behind her new sound she goes for on Midnights, and even some of her earlier songs, like songs that were released a few years prior to Midnights. I'm making it sound like I didn't like Midnights, which isn't true. I actually really did enjoy Midnights, but I just can't quite get behind some of the new lyrical content and sound to it. What I'm trying to say is that I prefer her old sound. Particularly this album. I love the way this album sounds, the relaxing rock pop mixed in with elements of country and folk. Even when it gets loud, it still sounds pretty relaxing, the only exception being Better Than Revenge, which we'll talk about later. But for the most part, there's not a whole lot that I didn't like when it comes to the original track listing. I didn't care for the deluxe edition songs as much, but I still really enjoyed them. And the From the Vault tracks, I didn't really care for most of them. They were still good, but unlike the deluxe or the original, I just didn't really care. Maybe it's just because I tuned out a little bit towards the end, because this is an hour and 44 minutes, which is a very long time, and I don't really like to listen to albums that are over an hour long. But on to my favorite tracks. I'm going to be doing a top 3, as there is a lot of tracks that are in my favorites. So if you want to see the full list, look in the description below. But my top 3 would be Mine at number 3, Enchanted at number 2, and Back to December at number 1. My least favorites, in no particular top 3 or order or anything, it would be Electric Touch and When Emma Falls in Love, which I actually do enjoy both those tracks. I just don't enjoy them as much as some of the other tracks on the album. But there's also Better Than Revenge, which, like the other two, I didn't particularly hate, but for this one, I also didn't really like that much. It's mainly due to the aggressive nature of the track. Feels very out of place in a more relaxed album, so it sort of disrupts the flow for me. But yeah, I think I'll give this album a 4.5 out of 5. Hope you guys enjoyed this review. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more reviews like this. Let me know what your thoughts are of this album in the comments below. But yeah, see ya.